Call West Shore Home now.
Want to buy a mattress direct from the factory? Then choose Mermaid Mattress.
You know, family can look like a lot of different things to a lot of different people. And as long as there's love among the four walls of your home, that's what family is. They certainly enjoy celebrating family and watching families grow at Camelot Care Centers. We're so happy this morning to have Nikki Winton and Hope Thompson join us this morning. Good to see you, Nikki.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Hope is kind of waiting in the wings. We'll check in with her in a second. But what you do at Camelot is just that. You bring love into homes, but you're especially looking for foster families to help kids who are going through a very difficult time.
Right, yeah. So right now we're seeing over 8,000 children in Tennessee state custody in just a little over 4,000 homes. Yeah, so as the numbers show, the need is very great.
Okay, so what does that mean then if there are 8,000 children who need a home and only 4,000 for them to go to? Does that mean that there are children who really should be being placed and they just can't be?
Yeah, so we have a variety of different homes. We are able to, there are certain homes who do emergency respite, so they may not necessarily take a placement right away, but they're able to house kids in order for them, you know, as soon as they transition into custody, have that home setting that they can, you know, transition into quickly.
So what does it look like? Because I think probably everybody watching has had a conversation with their spouse in the kitchen or a good friend at lunch about saying, I wish I had the courage to do it, but I just don't know how to pull the trigger. Do you hear that a lot?
Yeah, a lot of fear. But all we ask is, I mean, we're very open. If you just want to try respite, that's okay. We've been having a lot of conversations about how our current foster parents need so much wraparound support. You know, so if you don't feel the call yourself to become a foster parent, find a friend or someone in your community who is a foster parent, you know, and if you know that they just got a placement, you know, surround them with support, bring them a meal, you know, get their groceries for them. Just that little ounce of support goes a long way in sustaining our foster families.
Well, you know that about that ounce of support, and so that's a great way to usher in Hope over here, because her whole job, right, Hope, is to be the resource for parents as they're going through their placement in life with their foster children.
Right, yeah. So once their homes are opened, then my job would just be to be there to support them. So if at any point they're going through a hard time in their home and they just need that extra support, they can shoot me a text or call me up and just vent to me and let me know any kind of issues they're having, and I'm just there to help them along the way.
So y'all talk about this respite care. Is that something where it's kind of like acute? They're there for just a short period of time until they're permanently placed?
Yes.
So different people are going to have different strengths. Maybe you're somebody who can be that welcoming spot for a short period of time, but not long term.
Exactly.
That still serves its purpose.
Exactly, because the idea is to make that transition as seamless as possible for the kids.
So Hope, I'm guessing that y'all are studying things on a regular basis there at Camelot to see what's working and what doesn't. Ultimately, your end goal is to make these placements successful. So I know you said even if it's just that somebody wants to call and vent for a minute, but what type of feedback do you get from families, and what type of vetting do you do before making a placement?
So when they become foster parents, they have to go through a course of training so they're prepared to become those foster parents. And throughout that time, we work on a home study, we interview the parents, and we get to know them really well throughout that time because it's like a 7-week course. So in that course, we teach them about trauma, resiliency, what they might expect from any kids that are placed in their home. And so through that process, we're able to really vet our foster parents. And so by the time they're ready to take a placement, we know them very well and we know what they can handle, what they're prepared for.
So what do you do in a situation, Nikki, where you get a call and there's a family with 4 children?
Yeah.
Is that where you have a great need, is in keeping those kids together?
Yes, that's a huge need right now. We're seeing a lot of referrals for school-age children, primarily preteens and teenagers, and then large sibling sets. So yeah.
The goal, I guess, is ultimately to get the kids back with their biological family. That's the hope?
Yes, that's always the #1 goal, is reunification.
So it's about, but it's more than just, okay, I think that I have room at my house for 2 or 3 children. I certainly can prepare meals and all that. These kids have gone through a lot, or otherwise they wouldn't be pulled away.
Right.
So what about resources, and maybe Hope can speak to this more, but for counseling and health concerns, where does that fall into play? Is that...
So, no, that's great. I can speak to that. So, Camelot, actually, we're a therapeutic foster agency, but we also have a behavioral health agency. And so, the idea is that our foster parents are trained how to therapeutically parent those trauma behaviors, and we also have those outpatient services, the counseling, the intensive behavioral services, if medication is needed. So the idea is that, you know, those services are able to be implemented quickly, because we do have it all in-house.
So Hope, I've got about a minute left. The 7 weeks training that the families go through, husbands and wives would do that together. If you're an individual single person, can you just be a foster parent?
Yes, definitely. So we try to be a really inclusive agency. So if you're single, widowed, married, partnered, any of those things, we will take you as a foster parent. And the first thing that you can do is just go to the CamelotDifference.com, and you can go fill out an inquiry on there, and we'll get all that information. We'll give you a call and talk to you about foster care and how you can get started in our classes.
Do you both go home at night and talk to your families and they say, okay, we get it, you have a great job, enough already? I mean, you must just gush all the time.
Yeah, it's a very difficult job, but also very rewarding.
You see miracles happen every day.
Yes. Yeah.
So you can be a part of the success story, and you heard Nikki say there are 8,000 children in the state and only 4,000 homes. And those teenagers that she talked about, they are children, make no mistake about it, and they really need that love. So the CamelotDifference.com is the website you heard Hope mention. If you want to give them a call, it's 541-4187. There's no obligation. They would just love to talk to you about this little gnawing you might have about ways you can help a child in need. Thank you both.
Thank you. Thank you.
Your healthy skin. That's our mission at Chattanooga Skin and Cancer Clinic.
At 18, on my way to college, I had acne. The doctors at Chattanooga Skin and Cancer Clinic found a solution.
Appointments available